Currently, 66% of people are confused about the recycling of one or more item. So we are here at the home of the lovely Connollys to find out more about how to recycle right. So Connolly's, what do you currently do? How do you currently recycle?
Well, we all understand the importance of recycling, and we do try our best on a daily basis to recycle as much as we can from the house.
In the kitchen we have like this shelf that our mum and dad have told us like what we can recycle and what we can't.
Brilliant. How about you, Ruby?
Once we've finished with something and it's all empty, we go to the kitchen, put some water in it, shake it up and tip it out, and then put the lid back on and then put it on the shelf ready to recycle.
Brilliant. So you're obviously all very passionate about recycling, but why? Why is it important to you guys?
We've all got a social responsibility to look after this environment for our children, our children's children.
The world will be a much neater and tidier place if we stopped littering, and plastic and litter doesn't break down like some other things do. So it'll be a much tidier place for new people who come into the world.
If you litter plastic, then it can go into the sea, and the plastic can, the animals can eat the plastic, and then the plastic can poison them and they'll die.
Exactly, so there's lots of hard work to do, isn't there? And we've got to learn to recycle right. So I want your commitment over the next 4 weeks. We're going to bring in some experts and learn lots of cool, interesting information about recycling. So can I get your commitment into recycling right? 1, 2, 3, recycle right! Currently, 66% of people are confused about the recycling of one or more item. So we are here at the home of the lovely Connolly's to find out more about how to recycle right.
So, Merseyside Recycling and Waste Authority and all of the district councils across Merseyside are introducing a new campaign called Recycle Right, which essentially is going to demystify the whole recycling process. So when you've got that thing in your hand and you're asking, do I put this in the bin or do I not? Recycle Right campaign is just an easy way of finding out whether you can recycle something or not. So this is the Recycle Right website, and you can fill in the box at the front. It says, can I recycle? And you just pop in whatever you want there. Or you can look down the side and there's all the different categories. So it's got paper and metals and plastics and furniture. So we'll look at bubble wrap maybe. See, it brings up a whole bubble wrap picture and it tells you it can't be put in your recycling bin. So you can check all different things on here, and it's probably got most of the things that you've got questions about.
Actually, we've saved some items that we would usually recycle.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a bit of a half and half. So the bottle shape means that it can be recycled, but unfortunately the pump dispenser bit has got little bits of metal in it and it's also made of a different plastic. So what we say there is take that out, put that in your normal waste, definitely recycle the bottle.
I think these are really useful tools that are going to help us over the next 4 weeks.
I really like this one. I'm going to stick it on our fridge.
Great.
I definitely think that I'm going to use the website the most.
Well, it's been brilliant today, guys. We've done lots. Hopefully, over the next 4 weeks, you can improve your recycling performance. You'll get to know what to put in the recycling bin and into your waste bin. Hi, and welcome to Gilmoss Recycling Discovery Centre. Hi, and welcome to Gilmoss Recycling Discovery Centre. I know you've been working really hard on sorting your recycling to get into the right bin. This is the place where we can show you how we sort it all out. Should we go and have a look? So this is all of the big machine that sorts all your recycling. So that's just been collected from people's houses out of their recycling bin, and then the lorry brings it here. So we start the process by bobbling it up and down and making sure that we can get all the bottles and cans separated, and we get them all sorted into different streams. And then when we move around, you'll be able to see them all, and they come out in big squished cubes, which we can then send off for recycling. So this is the final stage of sorting, where all of the different recyclates get cubed up.
So where do they go once they've been made into blocks?
They get taken off to a paper mill, so all the cardboard gets chopped up and pulped together with water. They make like it looks like a big brown porridge, and then it's reprocessed into cardboard again. So we've had a really busy morning. We've looked around the recycling plant. We've seen how everything gets sorted. So what have you learned from the visit today?
So I've learned that you can't put bubble wrap in the recycling bin, and I thought you could put shredded paper in the recycling bin because you're allowed to recycle paper. So I was really surprised that you couldn't put shredded paper in the recycling bin as well.
Yeah, that's good. So what we'll be able to do now is you'll be able to take all your knowledge back home, and we'll visit you in another couple of weeks, and we'll see how much better you are at recycling, using the Recycle Right guidelines, and hopefully your recycling collection will be amazing. Yeah?
Yay!
We'll see you then.
So it's 4 weeks after we've set the Connollys their Recycle Right challenge. Let's see how they're getting on, shall we?
So it's lovely to be back with you. In the last 4 weeks, how have you been getting on with Recycle Right?
Well, we haven't been washing the yoghurt pots and custard pots anymore because we now know that they're not recyclable.
Brilliant.
I've been helping more what we can recycle and what we can't recycle using the fridge magnet.
That's fantastic.
Our brownies have been to the same Recycle Right centre that we went to, and I think our school is helping out with it as well because there's been a lot of Recycle Right trucks on the field.
Brilliant. I'm going to test your knowledge today to find out over the last 4 weeks how much you've learned about what goes in what bin and what's recyclable and what's not. So you ready for a test?
Yeah.
So the first object is some black plastic. Well done! The next thing is...
I know you can recycle it because it's glass
Well done.
and it's bottle shaped.
Even better. Okay, now here's a little difficult one. Tubs and trays cannot go in your recycling, so that's fantastic. So that was amazing. You seem to have learned such a lot in the last couple of weeks on what to recycle and what you can't. So you've really delivered on your challenge for Recycle Right. So what are we going to do now?
Recycle Right!
Every week, hundreds of tonnes of household waste from all over Merseyside and Halton end up here at the Energy from Waste plant in Teesside, where it is turned into energy and heat for businesses and homes. We talked to Carl Beer, the Chief Executive from Merseyside Recycling and Waste, to find out more about this energy journey.
What happens here is the waste goes into the Energy from Waste plant, it goes into a furnace, the furnace burns the waste, that creates hot gases, the hot gases go through a boiler heats the water turns into steam. Steam can either be taken straight off and used for heating. If not, it can go through a turbine. The turbine is attached to a generator. The generator then generates electricity, which we send to the national grid. It's really important that people continue to recycle. Recycling is higher up the sustainability hierarchy. It's better for the environment to recycle than it is to put it in the normal residual waste. And that's the message we really want to get across, is whilst we can deal with it, it's not the ideal situation. What we really want to do is get much more of the good recycling out of it that can be used, reused and remade into products. Good news is, at least if it does go to energy from waste, that replaces some fossil fuels, but it is not a replacement for recycling. It's important that we get as many materials as we can back into use without them having to end up in landfill or even energy recovery. So for the future, the message to the public would be, think about what you're recycling. If it's going in the residual bin, can it go in the recycling bin? If you're not sure, check out our website recycleright.org.uk. That will help you understand what we can and can't recycle in this part of the world.
What happens to your household waste after you've sorted through your recycling? Everyday household waste is collected and brought to the train loading station in Knowsley, where it starts the process of being turned into energy.
We're here today to look at the residual waste. That's the waste that can't be recycled or hasn't been recycled, and what happens to it. So the journey starts really with the bin wagons delivering to this facility, which is a train loading station. The trains go nine times a week, and they're packed with shipping containers which have got compressed residual waste inside them. I think what would surprise people about this place is just the huge scale and how much of this non-recycled waste we're having to send to energy recovery. We really want people to be reusing materials and recycling materials, but if it does get sent here, at least we know that we can get the energy from it. And that is, replacing fossil fuels like coal or gas, but it's still not a substitute for reuse and recycling at the household level. People should be thinking much more about what they're buying, how could they get it to a reuse organisation maybe if they don't want it, and if they can't do that, can they recycle it? And certainly in the household waste, we know that there's still a lot of good recycling ends up in the residual waste and ends up being burnt for energy, which is okay, but it's not a substitute, like I say, for recycling. So we want to encourage people, understand the scale of just how much we're not recycling. It might help you be motivated to recycle. So for the future, the message to the public would be, think about what you're recycling. If it's going in the residual bin, can it go in the recycling bin? If you're not sure, check out our website, recycleright.org.uk. That will help you understand what we can and can't recycle in this part of the world.